Hello, my beautiful people. Time for a story. Nobody remembers the number between 3 and 4. Written by Rokai140. What can you do when you remain the last herald of a universal truth that seems to have been erased for no apparent reason? From infancy, people are taught basic concepts such as the succession of numbers, something that is merely a sequence of words, pronounced different in each language. A mathematical axiom created to make sure people understand each other when talking about numbers. It is taken for granted. It remains unchanged for thousands of years. And yet, you wake up one day to find out that suddenly, everyone follows a new sequence now. Nobody remembers the number that comes between 3 and 4. Nobody but me, of course. It would be difficult to identify the exact time when it happened. In the movie Groundhog Day, Bill Murray lives out his day normally at first, until he slowly realizes that the same day would keep repeating itself. Similarly, I too had no idea that my concept of how to count to 10 got somehow misaligned from the rest of the world's. A few misunderstandings with colleagues, cashiers, all with their weird looks simply making me feel embarrassed. I had probably just been too tired, so I never spoke up when I got corrected. But slowly, all these little mistakes added up in the back of my head. Why do I keep getting my numbers wrong? It felt as if I had suddenly become dumb. 2 college degrees, yet unable to do simple additions. No, it can't be right. I took to textbooks and online resources, hoping it would discredit my detractors. But instead, I got a slap in the face from what is now the accepted truth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I had either been wrong my entire life, or something somehow changed. But how would a condemnation of this grand scale be possible? And better yet, who would have the power and instruments to conduct it? At first, I kept this to myself. Didn't want to seem like a schizo. After all, the math in this new reality did work out. Everyone is able to calculate correctly. From a utilitarian standpoint, it matters little whether the number after 3 is called 4 or something else. But then comes the question of, why would someone change it? Even accepting a global conspiracy of this caliber, one has to look for a reason behind it. Every lunatic with a tinfoil hat is able to justify their half-baked ideas. Big corporations want to profit off of you, or the government wants to control you. I guess it is fairly easy to make someone forget an arbitrary concept like a number. If one were to invent a machine that has the capacity to wipe certain memories or pieces of knowledge from humanity's collective consciousness, testing it out on a number would be fairly easy. But if this really is a kind of beta test for an Illuminati-esque brainwashing exercise, then I fear for what the end purpose of it all is. And more importantly, why am I the only one left out? Could it be an inexplicable immunity to the technology used? A glitch in the system? Or perhaps this is all a cruel experiment intended to torture and alienate me, a completely average, insignificant person. I have now learned to live like everyone else, step in line and pretend that the emperor has clothes on. I am accustomed to this new system that everyone seems to be happy with. I also seem happy. I have to be. Otherwise I fear for what may happen to me if the truth reveals itself. that whatever was supposed to happen to every single being on Earth did not happen to me. But to remind myself of the truth, I wake up every morning and repeat the same thing to myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for listening to this story with me, everyone. Have a good night. Love, the Mistress.